What's the crack, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Cards Everywhere here. Today I'll be bringing you another weekly league deck profile. But first off, I'll just show you the deck I've been using to climb up the ladder. It is the Dirty Rat deck I showcased, I think, about 2 weeks ago. I just changed out the set of all sets for the Disco Ball, as it is an ingenious invention card. And we also have the Linux kernel, which is working this week. So I have been having some fairly good success with this deck. So I would recommend it if you are struggling for a deck this week. But today's deck will be a Awesome Aviation with space cards. And we're going to be using the new Henrietta Swan Leavitt card. You could probably build this with natural monuments as well, but I do like the Awesome Aviation, so this is what I've gone with. So I'll give you a quick rundown of the deck and we'll jump into a game. So first off we have Spitfire. On the play, your dogs and Awesome Aviation cards in hand gain 25 power this turn. Next we have Air Force One. On the return, your Awesome Aviation cards, wherever they are, cost -2 energy until played. Next, the Night Witches. On the return, this card loses 44 power until played. Next we have Monte Golfire Balloon. On the return, your right flyer card, wherever it is, costs -4 energy until played. And on the play, your right flyer card in hand gains 72 power this turn. So we do want to try and play this card with the right flyer, which is this. On the play, if it's the first turn of a round, gain 5 energy this turn. It is okay to play this card on its own if you do need the energy. This can be a quite higher energy deck on the first go around, but everything does get cheaper later on. Next we have Bessie Coleman. On the return, if you lost a turn, your Awesome Aviation cards, wherever they are, gain 20 power until played. Next we have Sonic Boom. On the draw, your opponent's Brilliant Human Body and Superstructures cards in hand cost +2 energy for 2 turns. That effect can come in a little handy this week, as some people are playing some Human Body and Superstructures cards. And then on the return, your Awesome Aviation cards, wherever they are, gain 8 power permanently. And the last of the Awesome Aviation is Barnstorming. On the draw, your Awesome Aviation cards, wherever they are, gain 15 power until played. On the play, the card opposite this loses 50 power this turn. And on the return, your remaining Awesome Aviation cards in hand lose 5 power permanently. Next we have some science buff cards. First up, Leonardo da Vinci. On the play, your science cards in hand gain 26 power until played. And Doppler effect. On the draw, your science cards in hand gain 30 power and cost -1 energy for 2 turns. And on the return, your remaining science cards in hand lose 15 power permanently. But we can get around that effect by just having space cards left in the hand. Next we have the star of the deck, Henrietta Swan Leavitt. On the draw, if your deck has exactly 10 science cards and exactly 8 space cards, your cards, wherever they are, gain 17 power until played. I have been finding it quite effective. Next we have the mythic Lightspeed Travel. On the draw, if your deck has 9 or more science cards, your science cards, wherever they are, gain 10 power permanently. So that's a nice permanent boost to all of our science cards. Next we have Sidonia. This card is a nice finisher for the last round of the game. So at the start of a turn, this card gains 15 power and costs -1 energy until played. So we will be holding on to this card till the last possible moment. Next we have SpaceX Falcon 9. On the play, if it's the first turn of a round, your cards in hand gain 9 power this turn. And on the return, a random space card in your hand gains 39 power this round. Next, supermassive black hole. On the return, for every non-space card in your deck, give your space cards, wherever they are, 3 power until played. So they'll gain 30 power with this deck. Next, Elliot C. On the play, if it's the first turn of a round, your awesome aviation cards, wherever they are, gain 13 power this round. Second last card, Galileo Satellite System. On the play, you're riding the waves, and awesome aviation cards, wherever they are, gain 25 power until played. And on the return, if you lost a turn, gain 15 power next turn. This is a space technology card, so it does get the arena boost. And last up we have Wally Funk. On the play, your awesome aviation cards in hand gain 20 power until played. So guys, that is the deck. I have been having moderate success with it. I'd put it on the same level as the last deck I showcased this week. It does fairly well. It can beat out some of the lower range decks. It probably won't compete against the meta, but it's still a decent deck nonetheless. So we got our Air Force One, our Leonardo da Vinci, and the Doppler effect. Unfortunately, we will be losing 15 permanent power on our Montegolfier balloon, but I think it's worth it in the long run to line up our cards correctly for later on in the game. We'll give a hello to the opponent. So he is playing superstructures, so we do have our one card that will negatively affect him. So we are well ahead at the moment, so I think we'll just play our buff cards if we can. There's our Sonic Boom, so that will increase the cost of his cards, so we'll get that right back around. We'll play Wally Funk, and I think that'll do for this turn. We could play the Monte Golf Flyer, but I will try and save it for next turn if possible. It looks like Sonic Boom put quite the burden on the opponent. So what are we going to get? We have Lightspeed Travel. I think I will have to play our Monte Golf Flyer. I would prefer not to, but unfortunately the hands didn't line up. So 216 plus our 166, I think that will be enough to win out the turn. And we'll use Elliot C next turn to gain the Awesome Aviation boost for next round. And the Monte Golfer will make our right flyer a bit cheaper. So hopefully we draw it this turn so we can line them up. There it is. So we will get them around. I think I would prefer to play Barnstorming. I think I still will. And the Elliot C for a 3-3-2. Might not be the strongest hand, but we still might win out, will we? Yes, looks like we did win the turn, so I'm happy enough with that. And hopefully we draw our SpaceX as well, so we can get the arena bonus from it. And there it is. Oh no, it's the Galileo Satellite System that gets the bonus. So we'll play that. Play Spitfire and the Night Witches, just to assure the win on the turn. So that's a 4-3-4. Looks like the opponent was able to beat us out this turn. So hopefully we draw some good strong cards next turn. I'm not sure if we will. Our supermassive black hole should be coming around. Let's see what we get. There it is. and our Air Force One. So we will play, I think we'll play like this. So it's a 3-6-1. If we do lose the turn, it is okay, as our Bessie Coleman will get a boost. But the opponent is struggling for energy at the moment, so we might be able to win with just that. Looks like we did not, but that's still okay. Thankfully, we did lose the turn, so our Bessie Coleman will give a 20 boost to all of our Awesome Aviation cards until played, and the Supermassive will give a 30 boost to all of our space cards. So we're going into round 3. And the Sonic Boom will increase the cost of all of his to all of his superstructures. So we'll play the Falcon X to get the boost, Sonic Boom, and Leonardo da Vinci for a 4-5 or 4-5-1, and we'll do 50 damage. Oh no, that's Barnstorming will do 50 damage, but Sonic Boom will give us the permanent 8 boost to all of our Awesome Aviation. Looks like the opponent was able to make his cards a bit cheaper, but I think we have this round. So we get our Doppler effect. So we play that now. We'll get our Henrietta back around, and the Lightspeed Travel for a 3-2-5. We are plenty ahead of the opponent, so I think we have this round in the bag. And our Sidonia is slowly building in the corner there, so that can assure us a victory maybe in the next round. We'll have to wait and see if we are close enough to play it. So the opponent does have a very strong turn. So we are still in the lead by a little bit, and we should be drawing some good, strong, Awesome Aviation cards. There they are. So I think I'll play all of the Awesome Aviation. For a 5-7-1. And hopefully that is enough to win the round. The Barnstorming will be doing 50 damage to the opponent, and it is enough to get the victory. So we might sacrifice the next round just to play all of our buff cards and go for the win in the last round. So I think we'll do just that. So we will play Wally Funk. We'll play Elliot Lee and the Galileo Satellite System for a 3-1-6. The opponent is able to get ahead for this turn. But we're not too far behind, and we get the 15 boost to our energy, or to our power, for the next turn. And we have a fairly strong hand, so we might play Sidonia next turn. We'll just wait and see how far behind we are. So that's a 5-9-6. I think it will be difficult enough for the opponent to match that, but we'll just wait and see. Hopefully we are able to get a good lead here. The opponent was able to get fairly close, but we are slightly ahead. So we'll wait and see what we draw. If we don't draw anything too good, it looks like we did not. So I think I will just play a weak hand and go for the win next turn. So it's 3-12 hand. The opponent will probably play his strongest hand just to assure the victory for him. Looks like he did. So Bessie Coleman will give a nice boost to all of our Awesome Aviation cards now. And the Supermassive will give a nice boost to all of our space cards. So as you can see, Cydonia is getting very, very powerful there in the corner. It should be about 300 by the time we do play it. There's our Doppler effect as well. And the big boost from Henrietta. So we'll play all of our cards here. So 5-8-6. That is enough to get a good big lead on the opponent. He is very low on energy, but the International Orange will reduce the cost of his Superstructures cards. So hopefully we get Barnstorming fairly soon. I think I will play our strongest hand just to make sure we stay ahead. And we should get some decent Awesome Aviation cards next turn to maintain our victory. So the opponent did have a strong hand, but ours was just a bit better. So we have a 440 lead. It is going to be difficult for the opponent to come back from that. So we'll just play our strongest cards we can. So we have the Barnstorming, the Wally Funk, and the Elliot C for a 4-4-4. The opponent did have a very strong hand, but I think we were just able to scrape by. There we go. We'll give the opponent a good game. That was a very, very good match. So guys, that's the deck. As I said, the Natural Monument might be a slight bit better, but I do prefer the Awesome Aviation cards. So don't forget to let me know what you think about the deck down in the comments. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. And cards everywhere, out.